I've been a maid in the Grand Preceptor's manor for 12 years. My lady promised me that once she was betrothed, she would release me from servitude and let me leave the manor. But on the day the male lead brought the betrothal gifts, she suddenly grabbed my hand. Chunshin, look at that servant who just carried in the gifts. How about I marry you off to him? That way, you can keep serving me in the future. In my past life, I refused decisively, but my lady burst into tears on the spot, saying she wasn't used to being without me. She said she wouldn't get married if it meant being separated from me. Her father and brothers blamed me for upsetting her. They had me dragged out and beaten to death immediately. Only after I died did I realize the world I live in is a pampered protagonist novel. Anyone or anything that doesn't please the heroine must disappear. When I opened my eyes again, I was back at the moment right before she asked me to marry the servant. Chunshin, look at that servant. He's quite handsome. If you marry him, then after the wedding, you can stay as my maid, okay? Everyone's eyes were fixed on me. I looked at Lin Baoju's innocent smile and felt a shiver run down my spine. At this moment in my past life, I was so focused on leaving the manor for a life of freedom that I cautiously turned her down. When Lin Baoju heard I was unwilling, her tears fell instantly. She choked out, "Father, does getting married mean I have to be separated from Chunshin? I can't bear to be without her. I don't want to get married." As soon as she said that, the expressions of everyone present changed. The second young master even slapped me across the face. A marriage bestowed by your master is an honor. You lowly girl. How dare you trick my sister into being so dependent on you? Guards, drag this reckless wench out and beat her to death. Let this be a lesson to the others on the consequences of defying your masters. Stunned by this sudden turn of events, I clutched Lin Baoju's sleeve and cried out, "My lady, didn't you promise me that you'd let me go after you married? I beg of you, please say something for me." I hoped she would show mercy for the sake of my 12 years of service and spare my life. But Lin Baoju acted as if she didn't hear my pleas. She pouted and leaned against her father's shoulder. "Boo-hoo. Father, why is Chunshin unwilling to follow me when I marry? Does she hate me? Did Baoju do something wrong?" What? And just like that, I was gagged, dragged to the courtyard and beaten to death. The last thing I heard before I died was the eldest young master comforting her. "Bao, you're just too kind-hearted. That's why these servants have become so arrogant, thinking they can negotiate terms with their masters." Back in the present, Lin Baoju was still waiting for my answer. Recalling my end in the previous life, I quickly forced a smile. A marriage bestowed by my master is a blessing for this servant. "I thank you for your great kindness, my lady." Seeing me agree, Lin Baoju nodded with satisfaction. She even graciously gave me a day off to go out and prepare my dowry. As for the wedding, Lin Baoju said, "When I get married, Chunshin will enter the manor with me. That will count as her wedding too." I forced myself to keep smiling and left with the 2 taels of silver she gave me. I walked until I reached a deserted alley before I finally dared to wail aloud. In my last life, I only learned after death that this world is a pampered protagonist novel. My lady Lin Baoju is the heroine, and I, her maid, am merely a tool to show how much she is loved. The book put it this way. Seeing the maid make Baoju sad, the Lin men all clenched their fists in secret. Lin Zhaoye was a warrior, with a straightforward nature. He immediately had Chuanxin dragged away and beaten to death, fearing it would upset Lin Baozhu. They simply told her that Chuanxin didn't want to marry and had run away in secret. 2 short lines of text ended my entire life. After I finished crying, I calmed down and began to analyze my current situation. Lin Baozhu is the only daughter of the Lin family. She has 3 older brothers, each of whom treats her like a precious treasure. The eldest, Lin Shubai, is as handsome as Panin and as talented as Song Yu. He is the youngest top scholar in the Daqi dynasty, with a limitless future. The second brother, Lin Zhaoye, has extraordinary martial skills and is the bravest in the army. He can take an enemy general's head amidst thousands and is known as the Jade-faced Yama. Except for his sister, Lin Baozhu, he never shows a kind face to anyone. The third brother, Lin Xianqing, is a disciple of the divine Dr. Valley. His acupuncture skills are divine, capable of raising the dead. As for their father, he was the tutor to the late emperor, with countless students across the land. According to the plot, Lin Baozhu will marry the third prince, Xiao Heng, and become the most noble woman in the dynasty. Compared to them, a lowly maid like me is completely insignificant. But since heavens gave me a second chance, I will not just accept my fate. Even a mantis will try to stop a chariot. So why shouldn't a human try? As night fell, I bought a random pearl hairpin on the street, and with exhausted steps, I walked back to the Lin Manor. In the snow listening pavilion, Lin Baozhu was having her jewelry removed by Qiuyu. Seeing me return, she affectionately pulled me by the hand. Chuanxin, marrying a servant is actually good for you. By my side, you live like a second young lady of the house. You have no idea how hard life is for outsiders. If I really let you go, you'd starve to death in no time. I heard my brothers say that poor people outside can't even afford food. And sometimes they even sell their own children. I kept my head down, remaining silent. Life outside might be hard, but is life in this manner any better? Lin Baozhu is the apple of the Lin family's eye. She's flighty, always acting on a whim. She often sneaks out to play, and since the Lins can't bear to scold her, they punish us, her personal maids, instead. Sometimes it's a lashing, sometimes it's slaps to the face. Last winter, Lin Baozhu intentionally sent me away so she could dress as a man and visit a brothel. When the eldest brother found out, I was given 20 strokes of the board and locked in the woodshed for 3 whole days. I only survived by drinking melted snow from the windowsill. The man Lin Baozhu is marrying is the second prince. Imperial rules are strict. If she has another whim and goes somewhere she shouldn't after marriage, I'd be lucky to even have an intact corpse left. Seeing that I didn't respond, Lin Baozhu pouted. Chuanxin, why aren't you talking? You aren't blaming me, are you? I quickly forced a smile. I wouldn't dare, my lady. I was just thinking about what hairstyle to give you on your wedding day. I got a bit distracted. I was sold to the Lin Manor when I was 3. Before serving Lin Baozhu, I learned hairdressing from an old matron. Hearing this, Lin Baozhu finally believed me. She said proudly, among the dowry gifts from the second prince, there is a gold filigree phoenix crown inlaid with jewels. It took 12 artisans 2 years to complete. It will look good with any hairstyle. I followed her lead and flattered her about the prince's devotion. then casually mentioned, "In all of Daki, aside from Princess Ningen's lapis lazuli crown, yours is surely the most precious." Princess Ningen is the only daughter of the Grand Princess. She fell in love with the eldest Lin brother at first sight during the parade. They have been married for 3 years now. Since the day Ningen was born, the Grand Princess began preparing her dowry. Especially that Kingfisher Feather Phoenix crown. It's nothing short of a masterpiece. Lapis from the western regions, pearls from the South Sea, and thousands of kingfishers raised just for their feathers. The effort and wealth required could only be provided by the imperial family. Unfortunately, it took so long to make that it wasn't finished until 2 years after her wedding. It was only just completed. Now, that crown is locked in Princess Ningen's private treasury, saved as a dowry for her future daughter. I saw the light in Lin Baoju's eyes suddenly dim, and I curled my lips into a slight smile. The next day, everyone gathered in the main room for breakfast as usual. Halfway through, Lin Xiaoya suddenly asked in confusion, "What's wrong with little sister today? She's eating so little." Lin Baoju saw that she had gained their attention. Tears immediately fell like a broken string of pearls. The phoenix crown the second prince sent yesterday was too heavy. And it's not even pretty. Baoju doesn't want to wear it for her wedding. Hearing this, everyone found it a bit amusing. They hurriedly coaxed her. "If you don't want to wear it, then don't. What kind of crown do you like, Baoju? We'll send someone to buy it." I quietly observed Princess Ningen's expression. Her face was calm, but a hint of mockery touched the corners of her mouth. She clearly looked down on Lin Baoju's behavior. In the original book, Princess Ningen was the female lead's foil. Despite her noble birth, she couldn't compare to Lin Baoju after marrying into the Lin family. Regarding the fact that everyone revolved around Lin Baoju, she had always harbored a faint resentment. But for the sake of her father-in-law and husband, she had to pretend to dote on her sister-in-law like everyone else. Lin Baoju slammed her chopsticks onto the table. "You're all just trying to fool me. What's so special about a store-bought crown? I want one like my sister-in-law's. Custom-made ones are the best." After saying that, she looked at Lin Shubai with tearful eyes. "Big brother, you and sister-in-law are already married anyway. Can you just give that phoenix crown to me?" Princess Ningen's face instantly darkened. "Baoju, that crown is something I'm saving for my daughter's dowry." Before she could finish, Lin Baoju began to cry even harder. Baoju wishes she had a mother too. If mother were still here, she would have prepared a lot of dowry for Baoju too. Enough. Seeing his sister crying so miserably, and hearing her mention their late mother, Lin Shubai felt a bit of resentment toward Princess Ningen. An elder sister-in-law is like a mother. It's just a phoenix crown. What's the harm in giving it to Baoju? Besides, we don't even have children yet. Even if we have a daughter later, is she really going to fight her own aunt for a crown? Princess Ningen refused to relent and give up the crown, and the atmosphere between her and Lin Shubai became very tense. For half a month, Lin Shubai slept in the study. Finally, Princess Ningen couldn't stand her husband's coldness anymore, and was the first to bow her head and apologize. Lin Baoju got her wish. She hurried to Princess Ningen's place to get the jewelry. I heard from the maids in the manor that after Lin Baoju left, the princess smashed quite a few teacups. That night, while Lin Baoju was asleep, I secretly went to Chiwu Courtyard. Princess Ningen's face was icy, and she looked at me coldly. Are you the one who sent the secret message? Saying you could help me get the crown back? I nodded. It is I, Your Highness. Princess Ningen gave a disdainful laugh. You're just a servant. What means do you have to get my things back? Lin Baozhu doesn't seem like the type to listen to you. I took a few steps forward, wanting to speak closer, but was stopped by the princess's maid. How dare you? Princess Ningen frowned impatiently. Just answer me from there. Why are you acting so suspicious? I bowed to her. This is a matter of great importance. I asked the princess to dismiss her attendants. Seeing that Princess Ningen was still hesitating, I added more fuel to the fire. Even if you don't consider yourself, you must consider your future children. Given how the master and the young masters dote on the miss, how much of the Lin family's resources do you think will be left for your children? At the mention of children, Princess Ningen's expression finally changed. She dismissed everyone, and her gaze toward me became more serious. Now, you can speak. Curtsied. Looking solemnly into her eyes. Lin Baozhu wants the crown. Because she is getting married. But if this marriage doesn't happen, then your crown won't need to be given away, will it? Princess Ningen's eyes flickered, as if she were tempted. But soon, she sighed again, and gently set down her teacup. The marriage between Lin Baozhu and the second prince has been agreed upon by both the Lin family and consort Shu. To cancel it is easier said than done. Furthermore, taking action against Lin Baozhu is extremely risky. If my husband finds out, I'm afraid he would divorce me no matter what. Don't mention this again. Tonight. Just pretend you were never here. Seeing her retreat, I quickly spoke up. Your Highness, do not worry. The matter I need your help with will definitely not anger the eldest young master. On the contrary, if this is successful, everyone in the manor will be grateful to you. Hearing that she wouldn't have to harm Lin Baozhu, Princess Ningen's interest was piqued. She raised an eyebrow and looked at me. What is it? Tell me. I looked up, gazing intently at her as she sat in the high hall. I want to ask the princess to help me find someone. To avoid being seen, I deliberately avoided the main path and returned to Tingxue Pavilion through a small side door. I quietly closed the courtyard gate. Just as I was about to turn around, a shadow suddenly appeared on the ground. Ah! My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. I tried my best to stay calm and slowly turned around. Under the moonlight, Qiuyu was holding a lantern, looking at me expressionlessly. I forced a smile. Qiuyu, why aren't you asleep so late? Does the miss have some instructions? Tonight was Qiuyu's night watch. Logically, she shouldn't have been here. Under the moonlight, Qiuyu's face was as cold as ice. The miss is hungry. She wants the shredded silk noodles you make. She didn't ask a single question about where I'd been. I'll go make them right away. I hurried toward the kitchen. After a few steps, I heard Qiuyu's voice from behind. Her tone was airy, sounding particularly hollow in the early spring night. I know what you're trying to do. Tomorrow at the hour of the sheep, find a way to take the miss to the end of Unju Lane in Dunyi District. You'll find what you want there. The next day, I thought about it for a long time. and decided to do as Cho Yu said. If she wanted to harm me, she could have just exposed my secret outing last night. There was no need to go such a long way around. A new clothing shop called Fanghua Pavilion had opened near Unju Lane. The clothes and handkerchiefs there were made with Suzhou double-sided embroidery. There was only one of each design, so you'd never clash with anyone else's outfit. I used this as an excuse to coax Lin Baozhu out. I pretended to help her pick out clothes, but kept watching the movement outside the door out of the corner of my eye. Just as Lin Baozhu finished picking things and asked me to pay, a familiar figure flashed by the entrance of the lane. It was the second young master of the Lin family, Lin Zhaoye. I tugged at Lin Baozhu's sleeve. Miss, isn't that the second young master? What is he doing here? Lin Baozhu glanced at him. Also curious, she pulled me along as we tiptoed after Lin Zhaoye. We watched him enter a courtyard with a vermilion door. He stayed for about an hour before coming out. Seeing Lin Zhaoye leave, she excitedly headed toward the courtyard. Second brother must have prepared a surprise for me here. That's why he's being so mysterious. Who is it? She knocked on the door, and an old nanny came out from the courtyard. When she saw it was Lin Baozhu, a flash of panic crossed her face. She quietly signaled to the little maid behind her. Seeing her blocking the door, Lin Baozhu was very unhappy. Nanny-song, why are you stopping me? Let me in quickly. I want to see what gift second brother prepared for me. Song was Lin Zhaoye's wet nurse. After she got older, she went to the manor to retire. Her appearing here now meant something big was happening. Miss, this courtyard was just bought. We haven't had time to clean it yet. You'd better not go in, lest you dirty your dress. Nanny Song's tone was humble, but her hands gripped the door tightly. She wouldn't budge an inch. Lin Baozhu had been a troublemaker since she was a child. The more Nanny Song tried to stop her, the more she insisted on going in. Song was an old servant of the Lin household. They naturally knew how much the Lin family valued this young lady. They didn't dare to stop her. They could only let Lin Baozhu barge in. It was a very quiet and elegant small courtyard. The yard was filled with pear blossoms, Lin Baozhu's favorite. When she saw this scene, she became even more certain of her suspicions. She walked quickly toward the main house, but the moment she opened the door, her expression suddenly changed. Inside the room, a young woman who looked 7 or 8 months pregnant sat at the dressing table. She remained unmoved, no matter how the maid urged her to leave. Hearing the movement behind her, she finally turned around, revealing a face that was 50% similar to Lin Baozhu's. The smile on Lin Baozhu's face gradually froze. Nanny Song and the others were all kneeling on the ground, trembling. They didn't dare to cross her while she was in a foul mood. When the young woman saw Lin Baozhu, she stood up and gave a slow, formal bow. Lin Baozhu didn't tell her to rise. Instead, she walked up to her step by step. With a loud slap, she gave her a heavy blow to the face. You bitch! How dare you have a face like mine? You must be tired of living. The young woman was already pregnant. Being hit like that, she fell heavily to the floor. She clutched her stomach, crying out in pain. Lin Zhaoye, who had been called back by Nanny Song, arrived just then. Seeing this scene, his eyes turned red with rage. He rushed forward and took the woman into his arms. Luching, are you all right? What are you all standing there for? Go get a doctor now. Lin Baozhu saw her second brother acting like this. She was furious. She couldn't help but feel resentful. Lin Xiaoya looked at her with displeasure. Baozhu, what is the meaning of this? Lin Baozhu didn't answer. Instead she asked back. Brother Xiaoya. She has a face like this. If others find out, do you have any idea what the consequences will be? Lin Xiaoya turned his head away. He didn't quite dare to look Lin Baozhu in the eye. When the doctor arrives, I'll just have him examine her from behind a curtain. Besides, she just happens to look a bit like you. Even if others find out, what of it? Lin Baozhu was trembling with rage. You know better than I do how sharp the censors' tongues are. I'm sure you're well aware, second brother. This is a critical moment for my marriage to the second prince. If there are any nasty rumors, the second prince will certainly be very displeased. Furthermore, you and I are not. When Lin Baozhu reached this point, she suddenly stopped talking. Her expression became exceptionally serious. If this woman stays in the capital, you must send her away immediately. Lin Xiaoya's clenched fists tightened further. The look in his eyes as he watched the young woman was one of tenderness and pity he hadn't even realized. No. Luqing is carrying my child. I cannot send her away. If you're worried, I'll just have her stay indoors more often from now on. The two were still at a standoff when the little maid nearby suddenly screamed. Blood! The mistress is bleeding so much. Lin Xiaoya looked down. Seeing the bright red blood all over the floor, he pushed Lin Baozhu aside. Get out of the way. Are you all useless? Hurry and get the doctor. Nanny Song saw that Lin Xiaoya was truly enraged. She scrambled to run out the door. After nearly 15 minutes, the doctor finally rushed in. After checking her pulse, he sighed and shook his head. The madam's pregnancy was already unstable, and her abdomen just suffered a violent impact. This child, I'm afraid it can't be saved. The woman, who had been lying quietly on the bed, heard this and instantly cried out in pain. The doctor exclaimed, This is bad. The madam is hemorrhaging. Lin Xiaoya looked at the blood that wouldn't stop flowing. He looked around blankly. Then, as if remembering something, he kissed the forehead of the woman in his arms. Imperial physician, Luqing. Wait for me. I'm going to the palace right now to get an imperial physician. With that, he stumbled his way out. Chuanxin, you stay here and watch. I'm going to bring my brother back. Lin Baozhu was afraid he would cause a scene. She gave the order and followed him out through gritted teeth. For a moment, only the young woman and I were left in the room, along with the two little maids serving her. Who was she? Why did she have Qiu bring me here? What exactly was her goal? Countless questions swirled in my mind. The young woman seemed to see my confusion. She waved the others away. She patted the side of the bed, signaling for me to sit down. As I leaned closer, I realized her face had already turned pale. She looks like she's on the verge of death. Seeing me sit down, the woman grabbed my hand tightly. Her voice was intermittent. Miss, I've heard Sister Qiu talk about you. I know that, like me, you hate Lin Baozhu to the core. The second prince wants to marry Lin Baozhu, largely because of the military power in Lin Xiaoya's hands. As long as there is a rift between her and Lin Xiaoya, her status in the Lin family and in the prince's heart will fall. I've been by Lin Xiaoya's side for many years. Though I started as a body double, I could tell later on that he truly had some feelings for me. If I die at Lin Baoju's hands today. Listening to her breath, which was as thin as silk, I couldn't help but comfort her. The second master has gone for an imperial physician. The palace physicians are highly skilled. They will surely be able to cure you. Luqing smiled and shook her head. Back when Lin Baoju first came in, I had already taken poison. I will use my life and my child's life to become a thorn between her and Lin Zhaoye. A thorn that will remain forever. When Lin Zhaoye returned, the maids had already prepared Luqing's body. A flash of secret joy crossed Lin Baoju's face. Second brother. The dead cannot be brought back to life. It was just the child of a mistress. It's just as well that it's gone. Until this moment, Lin Baoju still believed that Lin Zhaoye valued Luqing so much because of the child. Lin Zhaoye didn't respond. Instead, he stared blankly at the woman on the bed. Motionless. Only then did Lin Baoju realize things had gone beyond her expectations. She hurriedly took me and left. In the carriage, she asked hesitantly, Chu and Xin, second brother won't blame that woman's death on me, will he? I only gave her a light push. She's the one who couldn't stand steady. I recalled the last thing Luqing said to me. Miss, today's death is what I sought for myself. Luqing asked for this. Please do not feel guilty. Suppressing the hatred in my heart, I barely managed to answer. How could he? The second master dotes on you the most, Mississippi. Lin Baoju had caused quite a scene today. She went to bed early. During the night, Xiaoyu carried a lantern and quietly came to my room. I knew she came to explain the matter with Luqing. But the first thing she said was something I never expected. She said, Chu and Xin, do you still remember the second miss? Of course I remembered the second miss. She was originally the only young lady of the Lin family, but she became the second miss after her cousin Lin Baoju was adopted. When she was 5 years old, the second miss got separated from the family at a temple fair. She hadn't been heard from since. But what did Luqing have to do with the second miss? When the second miss went missing, I nodded. When the second miss went missing, many servants in the house were punished. The one punished most severely was the second Mrs. Wet Nurse, Madame Zhao. She was given 50 strokes of the board and was kicked out of the Lin family. She passed away just a few days later. Luqing was Nanny Zhao's daughter. Before Nanny Zhao died, she told her that the second miss didn't just wander off. She was taken away by Lin Baoju's head maid. For all these years, Luqing had been looking for a way to avenge Nanny Zhao. She finally managed to get close to Lin Zhaoye. But then Lin Baoju was about to get married. She was afraid that once Lin Baoju entered the prince's manor, she would never have another chance for revenge. That's why she asked me to pass a message to you. I understood now. But I didn't understand why Xiaoyu was helping her. Xiaoyu saw me staring at her and explained further. I once received a favor from Nanny Zhao. If I weren't afraid of involving my younger siblings at home, I would have made a move against Lin Baoju long ago. After saying that, she looked at me with some irritation. After all this tossing and turning, the marriage between Lin Baoju and the second prince is still on. What do you plan to do next? In the dark of night, the candlelight flickered. I looked into Qiuyu's eyes and said calmly, Wait for the right moment to give Lin Baoju the fatal blow. After the Luqing incident, Lin Baozhu stayed quiet for a few days, until Princess Ning'an sent over the refurbished phoenix crown. Did she become smug again? She excitedly sent invitations to several of her close friends, inviting them to the manor to admire her dowry. Seeing the envy and jealousy on the faces of the noble ladies, Lin Baozhu finally felt a bit better. But the next day, things became turbulent in the imperial court. The censors repeatedly impeached Grand Tutor Lin for failing to educate his daughter, and Lin Xubai for embezzling his wife's dowry. The current emperor is very protective of his own. Hearing that his cousin's dowry had been taken, he was instantly enraged. He demoted Lin Xubai from a 6th-rank cabinet reader to a 7th-rank Hanlin Academy compiler. Lin Xubai believed Princess Ning'an was behind it, and gave her the cold shoulder for several days after returning home. It wasn't until the eldest princess personally intervened to plead for him, asking the emperor to restore his official position, that he finally showed the princess some kindness. However, because of this, Princess Ning'an hated Lin Baozhu even more. Before long, she revealed to Lin Xubai that Lin Baozhu had invited people over to admire the phoenix crown. Only then did Lin Xubai realize he had wronged his wife, and he couldn't help but feel some resentment toward Lin Baozhu. During dinner, Lin Baozhu sarcastically mocked Princess Ning'an for not being pregnant after years of marriage, as she usually did. Lin Xubai, who had always indulged her, suddenly lost his temper. He scolded her, an unmarried girl, staring at her brother and sister-in-law's private affairs all day. What kind of behavior is this? Lin Baozhu was so shocked by the scolding that her tears fell instantly. Unfortunately, Grand Tutor Lin was intentionally disciplining her due to the impeachment, and Lin Zhaoya was still immersed in grief over Lu Qing's death. None of them would even look Lin Baozhu in the eye for days. The female lead, who was always the center of attention, couldn't stand this atmosphere. She slammed her dishes down and ran back to her room crying, waiting for everyone to come and apologize to her. Unfortunately, the apology never came. But instead, some unexpected news arrived. The second daughter of the Lin family, Lin Shuyu, who had been missing for years, had been found. In the previous life, when Lin Shuyu was found, Lin Baozhu had already married the second prince. To cover up for her, the Lin family claimed Lin Shuyu was just a relative's daughter seeking refuge. But even so, Lin Baozhu was still unsatisfied. She felt Lin Shuyu had stolen the affection that belonged to her. So she instigated the Lin family to marry her off to a playboy. That playboy drank, gambled, and visited brothels. He was involved in every vice. At first, he didn't dare do anything to Lin Shuyu out of respect for the Lin family. But as time went on, he realized the Lin family didn't care about this cousin, and his behavior became reckless. He often beat Lin Shuyu after drinking. One time he went too far and accidentally killed her. But now, the situation is very different. The men of the Lin family were all somewhat dissatisfied with Lin Baozhu. Suddenly seeing Lin Shuyu, who had been lost for many years, this obedient and timid biological daughter and sister, they all felt a sense of pity and love for her. They immediately decided to hold a grand welcoming banquet for her. By the time Lin Baozhu heard the news, the invitations had already been sent throughout the capital. She slumped onto her embroidered stool, muttering, "Impossible. How could she possibly come back?" Qiu Yu and I exchanged a look, and I advised her according to our planned script. "Miss, don't panic. Even if the second miss is back, the master and the young masters won't neglect you. You are going to marry the second prince and become his consort in the future. The Lin family still needs to rely on you." Hearing this, Lin Baozhu calmed down a bit. "Right. The prince. Lin Shuyu can't surpass me. Just then, Xiaoyu spoke hesitantly. But miss, what if the master gives your marriage arrangement to the second miss? After all, the second miss is his biological daughter. Shut up. The thing Lin Baozhu could least bear to hear in this life was that she was not the biological child of the Lin family. Her biological mother was the concubine sister of Madame Lin, who gave birth to her after an illicit affair with a scholar staying at their home. After her biological mother died, she was adopted by Madame Lin, and from then on no one was allowed to mention her birth. Lin Baozhu gave Xiaoyu a heavy slap, looking at her as if she were a dead person. Get out. If you dare talk nonsense again, I'll have your tongue pulled out. I took the opportunity to speak up. Miss, Xiaoyu has a loose tongue. Why don't we find a pretext to kick her out? To prevent her from gossiping in front of the second prince later. Lin Baozhu pondered for a moment and finally agreed to my suggestion. I went to find Princess Ningyan, and using her help, safely sent Xiaoyu out of the capital. Now, I am the only personal maid serving Lin Baozhu. She did, after all, take Xiaoyu's words to heart, worrying the Lin family would give her marriage with the second prince to Lin Shuyu. Seeing her unable to sleep at night, I pretended to consider her interests and suggested, Miss, why don't we write a letter to ask the third young master to return? The third young master dotes on you the most. He will definitely take your side. In the original book, the third young master Lin Xianqing was Lin Baozhu's biggest supporter. For Lin Baozhu's sake, he gave up the wandering life he had loved since childhood, and was willing to enter the palace as an imperial physician to shield Lin Baozhu from the hidden dangers of palace infighting. Lin Baozhu was a bit impatient. Third brother only knows how to treat illnesses. I'm not sick. What's the point of calling him back? I leaned into her ear and whispered softly. Lin Baozhu's eyes grew brighter and brighter. Finally, she impatiently began writing a letter to Lin Xianqing. It was time for Lin Shuyu's welcoming banquet. Many high-ranking officials and nobles in the capital came to the feast, and even the second prince graced the Lin manor with his presence. Lin Baozhu was dressed in her finest, playing the part of a good older sister perfectly. She pulled Lin Shuyu around to introduce her to everyone. Must be said, the Lin family's genes are indeed excellent. Although Lin Shuyu had been raised by a peasant family in the countryside, she still had skin as white as snow and eyes as clear as water. After putting on the custom-made embroidered palace gown from Princess Ningyan, she looked even more ethereal. Even the second prince couldn't help but steal a few extra glances. At that moment, a passing maid accidentally
Spiletea on Lin Shuyu.
Seeing Lin Shuyu follow the maid back to her room to change, Lin Baozhu finally smiled with relief. After about the time it takes to drink half a cup of tea, Princess Ningyan suddenly asked, "Where is the second miss? Why is she taking so long to change?" As she spoke, she was about to send her own maid to check. Lin Baozhu, afraid she would ruin her plan, hurriedly stopped her. "My sister just returned to the capital. She probably doesn't know how to wear such complicated clothes, which is why it's taking some time. If sister-in-law is worried, I'll go and check on her." After another interval, neither Lin Baozhu nor Lin Shuyu had returned. Not only Princess Ningyan, but even the ladies who were guests felt something was wrong. They suggested going to look for the two of them. Princess Ningyan nodded. The pear blossoms in the garden are in full bloom right now. Those two girls probably got distracted by the view and lost track of time. Since you ladies are interested, why don't we all go together? Admiring flowers and sipping tea is also a refined pursuit. Everyone left the flower hall, walked around the moon lake toward the back garden. Just as they reached the corridor, they saw the maid who served Lin Shuyu standing by the rockery, peering toward them suspiciously. The Marchioness of Liang came from a military family and was Grand Tutor Lin's cousin. Seeing this, she shouted, "Who's there? What are you doing acting so suspiciously?" It would have been better if she hadn't shouted. At that shout, the maid actually turned and tried to run, only to be caught by the Marchioness's servant. "A noble is questioning you. Why are you running?" The maid knelt on the ground. Seeing so many people arrive, she kowtowed incessantly in fear. "It was the second miss who made me do it. I was only following orders. Please, madam, have mercy on me." At that same moment, the sound of moaning suddenly came from behind the rockery. The ladies present, having lived in inner courtyards for years, knew exactly what that sound meant. Their expressions changed instantly, seeing that the timing was right. I led Lin Shuyu out. "Princess, we found the second Mississippi." Everyone there looked at one another, puzzled by the situation. No one knew what was going on. The maid who had just been caught turned pale, staring at Lin Shuyu in terror. "Second miss, how can you be here?" The Marchioness of Liang took one look and understood everything. She stepped forward first, wanting to see who was playing tricks here. The others followed closely behind, none wanting to miss out on this scandal. Deep within the rockery, two pale bodies were entangled with each other. The woman was, of course, Lin Baozhu, and the man was the one who had been traveling the world, the Lin family's third young master, Lin Xianqing, who hadn't returned home in ages. Lin Xianqing, seeing more and more people gathering, Princess Ning'an quickly had her maids bring cold water. A basin of cold water was poured over their heads, and only then did the two of them snap out of it. When Lin Baozhu came to her senses, her scream pierced the sky. Seeing Lin Shuyu standing aside, perfectly fine and fully dressed, the malice in her eyes was unmistakable. She wailed, "Sister, why did you frame me? You drugged me. We are both daughters of the Lin family. By acting like this, what have you done to the Lin family's reputation?" Seeing her scheme fail, she tried to pin the blame on Lin Shuyu. Lin Shuyu looked completely innocent. "Sister, I don't know what you're talking about. I only just returned to the manor. I don't even know my way around yet. How could I possibly have the means to frame you? If you truly love third brother, you should have just told father directly. Why do it in secret?" Lin Xianqing also regained his senses. He glared at Lin Shuyu with hatred. "You've only been back a short while. Aside from you, who else in this manner would target Baozhu?" Lin Shuyu maintained her naive and innocent act. "Even if I did drug you, isn't third brother the successor of the divine physician Valley? Unless it was intentional. Otherwise, how could you fall for such a low-level aphrodisiac?" Lin Xianqing was suddenly speechless. His face turned from green to white. He couldn't possibly say that this was the love thread he had specially formulated to help Lin Baozhu frame her. It was colorless and odorless. Once affected, only intimacy between a man and a woman could break it. Enough! A sudden roar of anger broke the stalemate. Grand Tutor Lin, his face grim, cupped his hands toward the crowd. "Everyone, Lin Baozhu is the daughter of my wife's sister. Her mother passed away early, so she was adopted by the Lin manor. She and Xianqing are not biological siblings. They are in love with each other. We originally planned to hold the wedding once Xianqing returned. I didn't expect these young people to lose control of their emotions and commit such a grave mistake. I apologize for the scene. Everyone knew the Lin family intended to cover this up. They all lowered their heads in silence, turning their gaze toward the second prince standing nearby. The second prince was much calmer than Grand Tutor Lin. After all, when he sent the betrothal gifts, he only said it was to marry into the Lin family. He never specified which lady. Furthermore, looking at the current situation, as for the ladies of the Lin family, there would likely only be Lin Shuyu left. To settle the matter quickly, Grand Tutor Lin held the wedding for Lin Baozhu and Lin Xianqing the very next day. It was a way to save some face for the Lin family. After Lin Baozhu got married, she could never forget the second prince. She also felt Lin Xianqing had used the scheme to ruin her virtue on purpose. She spent her days hitting and scolding him. Although Lin Xianqing loved Lin Baozhu, he couldn't stand his dignity as a man being constantly challenged. After enduring it for 2 months, he said he was going traveling and fled the Lin manor. From then on, Lin Baozhu's life in the manor became increasingly difficult. She not only had to live at the mercy of Princess Ning'an and Lin Shuyu, but was also frequently forced to kneel as punishment by Lin Zhaoye, who said she had to atone to Liqing. 3 months later, Lin Shuyu and the second prince had their grand wedding. Seeing the position of consort she craved being taken away, Lin Baozhu finally snapped. She tried to take Lin Shuyu down with her, but was seized by the hidden guards sent by the second prince. She was sentenced to exile for the crime of attempting to assassinate royalty. On the day Lin Baozhu was escorted to Lingnan, I passed her by with a small bundle on my back. At the ferry terminal heading to Jiangnan, Qiuyu had been waiting for a long time with my younger siblings. She looked at me with some confusion. You exhausted your wits to bring down Lin Baozhu. Now you're just leaving like this? Don't you want anything? I looked at her with a smile. Ego. Who says I don't want anything? Then what did you get? Didn't you see? I closed my eyes, feeling the river breeze blowing against my face. My voice was very, very soft. I want freedom. With a vast vision, there are no limits. I am a free soul in this mortal world. Farewell, Chang'an.